But wait, there's more. Okay, that's what I got. What? I like knives.
How do your pants stay up?
I have a good belt, made it myself.
That's right, it's a tie down strap. Special.
Big rating there. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Ferrum Forge Knife Works. We're gonna look at some knives and talk about some knives today.
Knives?
Knives.
We're gonna do some knives.
Knives. Well, it's something new here. We haven't made a YouTube video in a long time.
No. No, we haven't. I mean, my brain freaking out has played a big role in that.
Yeah. You can't do your usual Scorsese routine. Yeah, it's a pity.
Yeah. So anyway,
knives.
Knives.
Hope you're all doing well in your coronavirus quarantines and whatnot.
Staying sane and healthy.
Which is a little harder than we thought it was going to be, staying sane.
Well,
all of my children are still alive, so I think we're crushing it.
Were you ever sane to begin with?
Strong point. No.
So, yeah. So anyway, let's talk about the Stinger first. I'm excited about it.
You like it, the Stinger?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do.
So, the Stinger is near and dear to my heart. It's got a fun story. It's the first knife that I ever designed that was very data driven. Years ago, God, 2015 or 2014, way long ago, I asked Blade HQ to be kind and give me some of their sales data. I wanted to know what we created a criteria called hottest, and it was, sales velocity, total number of sales, how often they have to reorder it, like things like that. That was our baseline metrics for that. And then they sent me a bunch of knives, right? Some of the better selling stuff on their website. And I took it all and amalgamated it. And so the Stinger.
Your mom amalgamates.
Oh my God. So the original Stinger design, which was this one, that's obviously a maker's choice. The only maker's choice that I actually own, right, is the only piece of mine that is carved that I own. And no one can have it ever.
So don't ask.
Don't even bother.
It's the precious.
Oh, someone on Instagram actually reminded me where we remember that small 20-piece run of Stingers that we did. You remember those?
Yeah.
They were weird, right? We didn't do lock inserts or like lock bar stabilizers on them. Like we just wanted to see like how simple we could make a knife, and then how low a price we could put on it.
That's right.
We did that. We did 20 of those. That was a mistake. I think I've repaired quite a few of those, because as happens when you don't put anything to stop people from overextending lock bars, they do. My knife has lock rock. Well, that's because your lock bar isn't where it's supposed to be anymore. But easy, man. Yeah.
Anywho,
mistakes have been made. So then we took that same design, and I said, well, let's do it more in our sort of wheelhouse of production. Let's have parts water jetted and CNC'd, and then we'll do everything. Oh, and while I'm at it, let's use SM100 as a blade material, because I hate myself. And so we did 100 of those, and back in the day, like, we used to be able to pump out 200 knives in roughly 6 weeks. That was roughly our process and finish time. The SM100 Stingers, we only did 100, and it took us 7 or 8 months to do all of them.
Yeah.
They were very finicky. They were really hard to deal with.
Started in late 2015 and wrapped them up in spring 2016.
It was an event. It tested Christopher and I's patience.
Made us a lot better knife makers, though.
That is true.
Talk
about some trial by fire. But the design was always a great design. I always really liked it, and we had a lot of customers say, "Hey, can you make it again? Because that was a great little knife." And I said, "Yeah, sure." And then in 2016, right, there was some push for larger knives. People were asking, like, hey, can you make a big knife? Like, I'm a big dude like you. I want a big knife. And so I said, I've got a great idea. Why don't I try scaling up the Stinger and turn it into the Stinger XL? That's my personal Stinger XL. It's seen some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I knew, right, as we're launching sort of our what's the phrase that we're using for budget friendly? We came up with a good one.
Budget friendly? Is that right? Budget friendly?
Budget friendly? I feel like I had economically inclusive was one that I really liked. I thought that was fun.
Economically inclusive.
Economically inclusive knives. I knew that the Stinger had to be in there, right? So what we've come out with in Pro Series, right, is for liner locks particularly, has been Mini Archbishop, and then this, and there are others that are going to come out. So am I going back through my greatest hits? Absolutely, because they're great designs, and generally people tend to like them from what I hear and see, and from the sales numbers. We've moved way down the price scale, specifically because we know that, like, if we didn't make the knives themselves, we would never own as many $500 and up knives as we currently own. And we know that there's a lot of people out there, right, who don't want to put an expensive knife in their pocket, especially if you work in a environment, and there's a lot of them, where there's the chance that you're going to, like, lose that knife. It's going to fall out of your pocket, or it's going to do something, and you're going to be like, oh, throwing that one away.
You're going to drop it off an 8-foot ladder. Never done that. I don't know.
Or like you're going to drop a knife off of a 20-foot man lift. It's like, it's okay. We got you. You can break that knife. It's fine. We'll give you a new one. Like we had a guy who was a paramedic, right? Used his Mini Archbishop and had to get rid of the knife. Had to have it incinerated because it was contaminated.
Contamination.
So you do that with a $250, a $300, a $500 knife, right? That's a big ooh, damn. But when you do it with a knife that's, you know, below $100, it
still hurts.
It doesn't hurt as bad.
It still hurts.
It doesn't hurt as bad. So the Stinger is a knife that I like a lot. One of the main differences, like, between the original, right, they're the same size. It's about 2.3 inch blade. One of the main differences is I put forward choil in it and gave it an opening thing.
It's the
groove,
flipping, fuller of fun.
Is that like that's an F cubed? The F cubed opener?
Yeah.
And on the original prototypes, I had to go way further out. It looked kind of stupid and didn't really add anything, so I actually shortened it down, and it works really nice. I was surprised how nice it worked.
I'm personally a middle finger flip.
Yeah, you like flipping people to bird.
Don't I though?
Yeah. Yep, he loves that. So, Stinger liner locks they're launching on Friday the 14th, which at the filming of this video is tomorrow. And we think people are going to really like these. For all the people that ask for a slightly larger blade than is on the Mini Archbishop, there you go. You got it.
And it is slicey.
Yes.
Right. As much as I don't like that term slicey, that is the...
Is that on camera? That was a removal of a section of my knuckle.
You would think. All right, you would think. We've only been dealing with knives for, how old are you?
37.
37, so that puts you at about 33 years?
33 years. Yeah.
All right, we have been professionally making knives for...
a decade.
Yeah. And yet you still managed to cut yourself like that.
Well, I had this great moment. So, you know, it's COVID. I got the kids and stuff, and we're you know, out whittling.
Am I going to Lee Trevino you with this story?
Yeah, it's a good one. So I'm like, all right, kids, make sure whatever cut you're doing, that blade has no chance of moving into any part of your body whatsoever. So make sure that your fingers are away from that thing when you're pushing, because you never know when that stick that you're whittling on is going to break. You never know when you're just going to go right through that damn thing.
Well, as soon as you said that?
It was about 2 minutes later, right? I forget what I was making. I think I was making a fork. And I'm pushing, and I'm like push cutting, and go right through my finger. That's a good one. And the skin was still left on the blade.
Pleasant.
And so like I wrapped it up in my shirt real quick, and I took the little piece of skin off and I handed it to my 12-year-old. I said, do as I say, not as I do. Let that be a reminder to you that, yeah, there's a reason why Dad says these things.
Do you understand? That's our father,
Yeah.
right? Hey, don't touch the pan, it's hot.
And then touches the pan and burns himself.
Yep.
See, told you it's hot, guys. A sweet dad moment. Sweet dad moment. I'm retarded. But yeah, they're very slicey.
Very slicey.
Very slicey. They're very thinly ground.
Yeah, we decided to go with Nitro V on these. They do have a nice fine grain, so you can get a very fine edge on there, as Elliot has demonstrated with his finger.
Yeah, go right through that epidermis.
You really love your anecdotal evidence, don't you?
Yeah, I just, I take it for the team. Really, that's what I do.
The things you do for Ferrum Forge, bro.
Things I do for my company.
Sacrifice.
I think I deserve a raise.
Yeah, talk to the boss about that.
We're excited that we have Nitro V now. There's the stuff that's in these, right? That was an initial purchase by we, and then I've negotiated a deal with the company that manufactures Nitro V over in Germany, so that it can be directly moved to We Knife. Because at its price point, it is a wonderful steel. It's got some nice toughness that I like about it. I actually hammered this one through a penny over there. I don't recommend doing that to knives, but sometimes I just like to see, like,
What can it handle?
yeah, how bad am I going to screw it up if I cut through some shit I'm not supposed to cut through? we might. I've got some mild steel. We might see if I can hammer through mild steel at some point, just to see what happens.
Just to see.
My expectations are not particularly high for it. It's a fairly low carbide forming steel.
Oh, and it's got nitrogen.
And it's got nitrogen. It's
got nitrogen.
Totally makes it better.
Well, it does. It helps with the corrosion resistance. I mean, this is, would you say it's the most corrosion resistant steel we've used?
No, actually, I can't say that definitively. At this price point, it would be one of the more corrosion resistant steels that's on the market. So this one actually went ocean kayaking a couple of days ago, on Monday. And I totally left it in my pocket, didn't even think about it, and didn't wash it off until many hours later after having been in the ocean.
You gotta tell the lovely people that your dear sweet youngest daughter tipped over your kayak and you weren't intending to go into the bay, but you did.
Yep, had to go swimming. It was fun.
It's good for you. Salt water's good for you.
Yeah.
For the skin.
Yeah, I felt very exfoliated afterward.
Or something.
Something like that. So, I mean, I can't say that like a dunk and forget in the ocean is going to not leave you with some staining on 20 CV or S35VN. Certainly not D2. So this one came out with no pitting, no corrosion on it after being naughty to it. And then I've also done some other stuff with this knife, like, I may
Powdered through a penny.
I may have deconstructed a squirrel.
Deconstructed.
Well, we were, right, I've got the kids a lot because of COVID, and so we were looking at guts and things. And I'm like, and here's the heart, and here's the liver, these are lungs, that's a large intestine, that's a small intestine, don't poke that, it's got poop in it. Like,
The biology lesson.
yeah, a little biology lesson, so not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
What other dumb shit have I done with this knife?
But maybe we don't go too deep down that rabbit hole.
Probably not.
Just
Probably shouldn't.
saying. Love you, bro.
Let's put it this way. It's well field tested.
The donk has been donking.
It still looks good. Still looks good.
Yup.
Still functions great.
As you can imagine, excellent for opening your online packages.
Oh yeah,
Because I know
goes right through them, baby.
my wife really loves the online shopping.
I'm not gonna lie, I have got a lot of stuff through Amazon, as I think we all have. And I also got really into sous vide, so I've had to buy a lot of vacuum sealed bags.
How environmentally friendly of you.
Yeah, that's what I am. Okay.
Okay, we gotta talk about these too.
Okay, let's do it.
So if you haven't heard or seen anything,
It's the elephant in the room.
the micro.
Because it's so big.
Yeah, aren't you funny?
See what I did there with the words?
Cool dad joke. That was awesome. Cool. So, there's nothing else to say. These things are just freaking adorable. Like, it is. So Elliot and I are big people.
Easy Scorsese.
Right? It's hard to see in the YouTube videos because I'm as tall. I'm in the same height range as Elliot.
And
so.
also, all of the benches in our shop are our height. They are. I think they're more than 4 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
I think they're 5. I think I set this one at 5.
There's a comparison. There's a trash can.
So we look really normal sized in video because you only see like this much of us. But everything in here is actually raised up for us so we don't have to bend over and stuff.
So along those lines, making really small things is a challenge. Like, but now we can, and it was like, hey, we got to do a micro. And the Fortis seemed like the absolute best option for a micro itty bitty knife.
So little.
And great keychain knife, excellent for opening packages. I cut through plastic straps, cardboard.
Well, it's wonderful. Mm-hmm. I've actually got one hanging from my scrotum piercing right now. It's not true. I don't have a.
Jesus.
I don't have this scrotum piercing. Come on. Whatever, man. We were all thinking it. I just dropped it.
Drop it like it's hot.
So anyway, totes and dwarfs.
Totes
they also have Nitro V in their blades still.
And I've heard this story already. You might want to pick up 2 because your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever will probably steal it from you.
Likely.
Uh-huh.
They're just that freaking cute.
Yep. I love those things, right? It is.
I know that you love them.
It's so silly. And every time I open mine up, it's like, it's so tiny.
So tiny. I look for excuses to use mine, actually. I mean, I obviously have more than one knife in my pockets at any given time.
What?
Yeah.
Really? You don't say.
Well, okay. So that was kind of staged. They don't carry all that many knives all the time, but I usually have at least 2, oftentimes 3.
That's not overkill. I
No,
get that.
no, it's not at all.
You got your primary, you got your backup,
Yeah.
or your lender, and then you got your little guy.
I mean, it fits really nicely into those watch pockets. Right, I carry mine on my keychain, and I currently look for excuses to use it because I go, oh no, I'll use the little one. Yeah. So my.
Do you like it because it's kind of visual irony?
Yeah, it makes me chuckle every time I open
big
it.
giant itty bitty knife.
So we're a family business here at Ferrum Knife Works. So the kids,
What?
Yeah.
What? We're related?
Yeah.
We're brothers?
Here we are.
Wow.
That's what Mom says, at least.
Hey, we can't deny our father.
This is true. So true. So the girls, my daughters, obviously haven't been going to school or anything like that, and so I've had them helping here in the shop. And we have barcode stickers and color code stickers that we put on the packaging for the stingers, and they love that job. And so I'm also teaching them, like, you got to negotiate things, right? And so they negotiated that part of their pay was going to be Micro Fortis. Like, Daddy, we need those cute little knives. And I'm like, I agree. You need those cute little knives.
I agree.
Yeah, we're seeing quite a few people buy multiples of them, knowing that they're gonna lose some, not because they've lost them, but because individuals in their life have acquisitioned them.
Hey, what happened to my Micro Fortis?
What?
What
You mean that super cute little knife? I have no idea where it is. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, I wonder.
Oh boy.
We have this tradition of when you propose, you use a diamond, right? What if we started doing it with knives? Like knives and swords. Like, I love you so much, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Here's a sword. I think that shows love.
I think so too. Nothing says I love you like a bladed instrument.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah! Okay, we're going back to knives. You ready?
We were talking about knives, bladed instruments.
Bladed instruments, right? So that's the stuff that's available on our website right now. The carbon fibers, those are going to be exclusive on our website. We like to keep those carbon fibers close. One of the also differences then in this knife is that I actually did go ahead and skeletonize the liners on this. It was actually Christopher's recommendation. Look at him, give you props, dude.
Thank you.
Right, we got the prototypes in, and they just didn't quite feel right.
They weren't properly balanced.
They didn't feel quite right, and so Chris was like, "Hey, can we take some weight out of the handle and make them a little bit more blade heavy focused?" And I said, "Sure." I mean, it was really minimal, and then Chris drilled a bunch of holes in one of them, and I went, "You know what? It is better. I like it like this."
So I'm the hater.
He is
Right, I am the nitpicker.
He's
Right,
got all the hate.
it drives Elliot insane.
He is
But-
my harshest critic, so anything y'all on the internet say to me, I'm like, "Pfft." You should hear the things my own fucking brother says to me. Way
What?
worse. What?
What? Like we've, grown up together, and I don't pull any punches with you at all.
I mean, I've known you your whole life,
It's true.
so there's that.
But bro, you got some other stuff that you pulled out of your pocket,
I did,
and
I
I
did.
feel like you want to talk about it.
A little bit. A little shameless promotion.
Shameless.
Yeah.
I don't think it's shameless.
So this has been released. This is the Odium. It's a Civivi. Clearly I designed it for them because I made for them the Malice. My God, that was 2 years ago that this got released. 2 years ago.
Wow.
2018. That's the original prototype. This one's done some stuff. It's got some corrosion on there. It's seen some things.
What? You like to use the crap out of your knives, and you ended up destroying knives, so that's why you started a knife company?
Good. Yeah, you've about nailed it right there. So they were asking me for a Civivi design, and I said, "Hey, I've got a fun idea. I really like the Malice. What if I could shrink down the Malice and turn it into, a Civivi model like that?" And I actually did this scale and then, redo all the hardware and all the geometries that are inside of these things for Civivi. And I liked it so much that that's for the idea for the Micro Fortis, or the Mini Fortis, or the Mini, oh my God. The other knife that's not big.
Do we need to do M exercises before we do a video?
Probably. Because we got minis and micros.
We used to have a problem with S names. Now it's
Now
M's.
it's M's. We've gone,
Great.
yeah. The mini Archbishop. There. Damn.
Future models are going to have names that start with completely different letters
Can
that
we
we've
get
never
some
used.
X's in there? Can we get something that starts with an X? I think starts with an X. That's a tough
How
one.
many words start with an X? English major. Let's do this.
A couple thousand. They're weird words. You're gonna have to pull from some different languages.
Yeah, you know what word starts with an X?
What?
Xanax.
Or xylophone.
Wow. Xylophone.
Xerxes?
That's a name.
Still a word. Changed my mind.
True.
So these should be available at dealers now. And if they're not, then they're pre-order and they're just waiting for them to get them from shipping. It's a little bit smaller than the Mini Archbishop. I don't have a Mini Archbishop in my pocket or on my desk because we don't have any. They're gone. Sold. Why are you holding this?
For scale.
We should get a banana. That's a Reddit joke, guys.
Ooh, you're cool.
I'm woke, bro.
Reddit.
I'm so broke. So broke. So those are coming out. They should be really fun. They're gonna be pretty inexpensive. I think they're trying to have those retail at like $55.
Wow.
They have D2 steel. So here's another full titanium frame lock that I designed for Wee Knife over a year ago, and it's finally being put into production. This is the Minax. I think we've talked about it somewhere else before. Like I feel that I've shown this in video before. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. People ask me about it all the time when they come in. Like my desk is full of knives, literally. And
Do you want to take a walk into the office? Show the good people?
I mean, it is.
Exactly.
I clean that damn thing off so much, and it just reaccumulates knives. They just keep piling. And I would call this clean. Like this is clean for my desk in terms of how many knives are just strewn about it.
Knives.
Knives and swag from TMS Titanium. So the Minax is actually really useful. I did 2 versions of this blade, one with and without a recurve, and I said, you know, it's up to you guys what you want to do. And they went, no, we like the recurve. I went, all right, cool. It's not a particularly significant recurve. You can actually sharpen this on what's mine? An inch and a half. I got an inch and a half thickness of my sharpening stuff, and it'll sharpen on that. So you don't need like a special rod or anything. I believe these are going to come out in 20 CV.
Your special rod.
I'll show you a special rod, buddy.
All right, bro. We got to wrap it up. We're getting real close to that half-hour mark
What?
already.
Ramble on incoherently about knives for long periods of time. It's almost like it's what we do all day. There's supposed to be some kind of like sales pitch here at the end, right? We're supposed to say like, go to the website.
Oh, the call to action.
Yeah, the
right?
call to action, right?
Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
But
you can do that shit. I don't care if you do
Okay.
or don't. But what you really should do is subscribe to our newsletter from our website. If many of the questions that get posted into videos or on Instagram posts, they can all be answered by a trip to the website. Most of the time.
most of the time.
And if it's not, it's Chris's fault because he's in charge of the website.
Yeah, it's my fault.
It's his fault. So, did you generate a landing page for the stinger for this week until it comes out tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a coming soon page.
And it has all the specs and stuff like that on it?
Yep.
Okay, super.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful. Good. See, that's how we work. That's how we do. Did you do that on there?
Yeah, took care of it.
You did the thing. Great.
Thing.
So yeah, get signed up for the newsletter because we're going to start using it much more as a means of communication. If we've learned anything from COVID, and we've learned a lot of things from COVID, we can actually do a pretty decent job selling direct to you guys. So we'd love to be in a place where, you know, about 50% of our sales go direct to consumer, and we don't have to go through our dealers and distributors and stuff. Be on the lookout for sales, right? We're going to keep doing that. We like being able to put things on sale. It's fun and it's nice, and I think people like it. More stuff is going to come out this year.
Well, let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
What?
I'm the shiesty evil hater.
Well, that is true. He is a shiesty evil hater. He just sits back there behind that camera, just giving me eyes, laser beams right through my face all the time. He's doing it right now. Stab your ass. Anyway, we are going to have more models come out this year. Okay, let's talk about the Lackey for one moment.
Yeah,
We get your emails, right? We see the ask for it. I get it. You all want the Lackey back. So do we. Lackeys got lost in shipping during the riots in LA. That was 2 months ago, right? They were in LAX, and then UPS didn't send trucks into the LAX area because of the riots that were going on. And so we have no idea where they are. There's no tracking information on them. Nobody can find these damn things. I would suppose that they're in the back corner of a warehouse because there was about 2 weeks where UPS wasn't running trucks. And so that stacks up a lot of cargo. So Maybe they'll show up, maybe they won't. I've reordered them, and so hopefully by the beginning of next year we'll have them. This time.
Yeah, yeah. I want them back in stock for you
Everybody
guys.
wants them. We want them back in stock.
And yeah, it sucks.
Such is the world we live in.
Hey.
Yeah. So stay tuned. There's always going to be new stuff. It's what we do. And stay safe out there, people.
Yep.
Bye.